You know, one of the arguments that was used to defend slavery was that if you release this Negro, if you allow him to go free, at some point in the future, he is going to destroy your civilization. This was one of the major arguments that the advocates of slavery espoused. That if you release this Negro out of captivity, if you allow him to go free, he is going to destroy your civilization. Fast forward into the future, you had Birth of a Nation, which, by the way, I consider to be a historically accurate film, one of my favorite films. But Birth of a Nation also tried to warn America about this Negro, of which many people considered the Birth of a Nation racist. They said this is a racist film, the way it depicted black people. They said this is racist, but yet and still, it tried to warn you. Now when we view the Negro in 2015, we would have to admit that those pro-slavery advocates and Mr. Griffith, the creator of Birth of a Nation, were not racist. They were in fact prophets. Because when we look at this shine and all of his dysfunction, last summer we had Ferguson. We haven't even reached the summer. Now we have Baltimore. And both give a classic example of the complete and utter dysfunction of this Afro-American Negro. A Negro that American society is sick of. And he just doesn't understand this. America is sick of black men. They're sick of y'all. They're sick and tired of the havoc that you Negroes engage in. Now, in this video, when I deal with this buffoonery in Baltimore, I can't, I mean, I would like to, but I'm gonna have to just tell you Negroes, I told you. I tried to warn you Negroes. See, this is one of the main reasons why I don't debate people. And you got people who become butthurt over my videos and they want to argue and fuss with me. This is one of the main reasons why I refuse to do it. Amongst many other reasons. I mean, I don't debate my intellectual inferiors. I'm not going to do that. I told you I only debate my equals. But the other reason why I don't debate is because everything that I have tried to tell you Negroes in these videos has come into fruition. I sat back in many of my videos. As a matter of fact, my entire No Hope, No Change classic series is predicated upon the premise that the Democratic Party fucks y'all. They don't care nothing about you. Their policies are diametrically opposed to your advancement. Yet you slaves vote for them in every fucking election, some 98%. I told you Negroes this. Now we see it in fruition. Because now you have these shines in Baltimore crying and moaning about the fact that they don't have jobs and their schools are crumbling and they're dilapidated, they're not educating the children, and oh, woe is me. This is what they said when they interviewed people there in Baltimore. This is what they said. It's because of Mr. Gray, but also it's because of the crime, the poverty, and the poor schools. Well, wait a minute, Negro. Wait a minute. I've tried to tell you, Shines, that your Democratic Party don't care anything about you. I've tried to tell you that their policies mean you no good. I've tried to tell you, Negroes, that when you look at these poor cities, when you look at these crumbling cities, when you look at these cities where you have lots of crime, drugs, crumbling infrastructure, poor schools, when you look at those cities are ran by your Democratic Party. I tried to tell y'all. This is the reason why I don't argue with you Negroes. Because when I told y'all that, you got a lot of Negroes who want to come back and argue and make videos and put my image in their video and put my name in their title, trying to call themselves deconstructing my position. Well, you can't deconstruct. All you have to do is look at Baltimore. There's a classic example of Democratic policies. There's a classic example of white liberal policies run amok. So there is nothing to deconstruct. When you have these shines there in Baltimore complaining about we don't have any jobs, our schools are crumbling, they're not educating our children. And if you go to Baltimore, or if you go to any of these crumbling cities that you have that are ran by Democrats, what you gonna find? You're going to find a school board full of Democrats. You're going to find a city council full of Democrats. You're going to find a Democratic mayor. You're going to find a Democratic police chief. This is what you're going to find in these pockets of poverty, not only in Baltimore, but yet and still you Negroes. And I tried to tell y'all this. I told you so. You Negroes go out and vote 98% for the same party. It defies logic. But this is what you Negroes do. I tried to tell you Negroes. Another reason why I don't debate y'all. I don't debate folks. I'm not doing it. I tried to tell you Negroes that the black church has failed you. Now you see right there in Baltimore, as with these other pockets of poverty, you have a church sitting on every fucking corner. These black pastors are not proactive, they're reactionary. After the riot, here they come. I told y'all that. These Negroes offer no programs to deal with that poverty. Now you got black pastors talking about, well, we need to do something about. Wait a minute, pastor. Wait a minute. Time out. Fuck that. How long have you been at this church? And that shine will tell you, I've been at this church 10 years. Okay, you've been at this church 10 years. You've been here 20 years. And we know you don't live in the community. We know this. Your church is in the heart of the ghetto. You stay in the suburbs. I told y'all this. I tried to tell y'all. You don't give a fuck about that community. I tried to tell y'all this. Those black pastors there in Baltimore could care less. The only reason why you find them coming out now saying anything is because of the fact that the nation is looking at Baltimore. And they're wondering, well, what is the black church going to do? The black church is going to do what it has been doing for the last 10, 15 years. Absolutely nothing. This is the reason why I call them well-kept monuments of spiritual and social and political failure. I tried to tell you Negroes. That's why I don't argue with y'all. I told you Negroes that your black leadership has failed you. I told you Negroes, your leadership don't give a fuck about you. I tried to warn you Negroes. And you Negroes get butthurt and y'all want to come back and y'all want to fuss. And this is the reason why I don't debate you. Because now it has come into fruition. Now you have a riot in a city being burnt to the ground. And you got a black police chief. You got an ignorant, buffoonish black mayor. You got a black city council. And you got a population of Negroes making up 63% there in Baltimore. This is what you have. Yet when you ask the average Negro, what's the problem here, Negro? You know what they're going to say? White racism. I tried to tell y'all, man. I tried to sit back in my videos and tell you Negroes this is what was coming down the pipe. And you Negroes get butthurt. Y'all want to argue. Y'all want to fuss. This is the reason why I pay y'all no attention. This is the reason why I do not respond. Because I knew it was going to come into fruition. Now you see it played out right in front of you. The failure of your Democratic Party and their white liberal policies. The failure of your black leadership. The failure of your black church. I've tried to tell you Negroes this in video after video after video after video that I've produced. I tried to tell you Negroes, and y'all refuse to listen. You Negroes are your own worst enemy. Now you got these shines sitting there in Baltimore, once again, burning down their own neighborhood. You got these Negroes right there in Baltimore, once again, burning and looting and robbing the place where they have to stay. You got these Negroes once again now. Now, we ain't even got to go back to Ferguson. Because you Negroes had the riots of the 60s. And some of those communities that these Negroes torched in the 60s after the death of Martin Luther King, some of those communities to this day have not recovered. But yet you Negroes have not learned that lesson. Because every time you Negroes get buttered, you take an opportunity to torch your own shit. And you don't understand how this makes you people look. You Negroes actually think you're doing something by burning down your own community. Burning and looting stores. And then you shines are so politically inept that you sit back and you support a party whose policies is responsible for your poverty. Negro. Shine, listen. You have a Democrat in the White House. You've had him for 6 years. When Barack Obama was first elected, he controlled both houses of Congress, which means he had government lock, stock, and barrel. Republicans couldn't stop nothing. But yet and still, having control of both houses of Congress, he still couldn't get nothing done for you. But yet you shines still will go out in record number in every election, voting 98% for this party. And then when somebody comes to you and asks you, Negro, what's wrong? the first thing you Shines want to say, well, it's the Republicans. The Republicans. Wait a minute, Shine. Wait a minute. If the police department is brutalizing you and the police chief is black, if the police department is killing you unjustly and is predominantly black or minority, if the police department is harassing you and your mayor is black, if the police department is treating you wrong and your city council is black, well, how in the hell do you sit back and say that your problem is white racism in the Republican Party? When do you Negroes connect dots? At what point do you begin to see that this party that you love, the party that you support, the party that you cry crocodile tears over their members is the same party that got you in this condition, Shine? But when you try to tell this Negro this, he just can't listen. When you try to explain to this Shine, listen, man, don't destroy your own community. This is where you live. This is where you stay, Negro. This is where you go to school. I tried to tell you, Negroes. I tried to tell y'all in a lot of these videos, and you Negroes get butthurt. I tried to tell y'all about these single mothers. And many of those kids that you've seen out there looting and burning and robbing are the product of single parent homes. Now, that woman that everybody, the video that went viral and she's smacking her son and she going to get her son, everybody is applauding her. Oh, she's a role model. She did a good job. Oh, she's doing it. They're talking to her and they're interviewing her, and oh man, they're applauding this woman because she came down there in a war zone and grabbed her son, smacked him in the head, basically whooping his ass. And you got everybody who's applauding that but me. And the reason why I'm not going to applaud it is because the question that I have for those Negroes there, and the question that a lot of people refuse to answer, is where was the father? I mean, if I have a son and his mother calls me and tells me, you know, Junior is down there at that riot and that protesting down there, I'm about to go get him. My first response to her is, no, I'll go get him. Why is this single mother down here getting her son? Where is the daddy? And that's the reason that you have a lot of the buffoonery that you see not only here in Baltimore, but in black communities across this nation. Because of these Negroes not being able to be fathers to their sons. And I tried to tell y'all that, and you Negroes get butthurt. But again, you see it being played out. It's being played out right in front of you with these savages that you, and that's what they are. They're not protesters. They're savages. And you Negroes need to start calling them what they are. These savages took advantage of yet another sad situation so that they can get them a PlayStation, some tennis shoes, you know, some jewelry and liquor. While you had those Shines. And you know, this really speaks to the volume of the dysfunction of this Negro. You had Negroes. You had black men looting liquor stores, grabbing liquor, drinking the liquor, and then after consuming the liquor, these Shines throw the empty bottles at police officers and fire trucks. And you're going to have some people come to me and ask me, why do you call them savages? What do you want me to call them? I mean, this is the kind of buffoonery that you have with this Negro. And this is the reason why American society is sick of you. They sick and tired of you, Negro. And you just don't understand the fuse that you have lit. You don't get it. And see, because you don't have black leadership, because you don't have a black church, Because you don't have a black father who's going to sit your ass down and tell you, listen, Negro, you lit a fuse and it's burning. And soon, one day, this powder keg is going to explode. And Negro, you're not ready for the ramifications of that destruction. You're not. We know you're not. Look at you. Negro, you're not ready, Negro. You're not ready for anything. All you want to do is get a pair of tennis shoes, a bottle of liquor, and you have these white folks and other nationalities stockpiling weapons, stockpiling ammunition, stockpiling canned goods, water, bottled water, generators, flashlights. That's what they doing, Negro. While you out here buck dancing, cooning and buffooning, shining and acting like an ape. That's what y'all acting like. You have other cultures. They're plotting and they're planning, Negro, because they see what I see. You have lit a fuse and it's burning. And when it explodes, Negro, you nowhere prepared to deal with that destruction. You're not. And your black leadership ain't telling you this. Your black pastors aren't telling you this. Your black civic organizations aren't. Your pro-blacks, these back to Africa buffoons, they're not telling you this. No, they're running around here talking about white racism and the structure of white supremacy in a city that's 63.3% black, with a black mayor, a black police chief. The majority of the police department is minority. All of the city council down there is black. It's a chocolate fucking city. But yet it's still, you Negroes see the white man behind the tree. It's the white racist. No, Negro, it's you. It's you. You shines have set the race back. And this is what's really funny about this, is that you won't hear nobody call these people coons. Nobody will take images of these looters and put them on a coon train. Nobody will take images of these shines burning and looting once again their own neighborhood and put them on a coon train, call them a coon, a black buffoon, or true sellouts. You Negroes went and torched a senior citizen complex. Now, if that's not cooning, what is? And you got these bojangling, buck dancing Negroes who refuse to call that out. Won't say one word about it. Will sit back and justify. Oh, they're angry. They're angry. They're just acting out of anger. Bullshit. Why don't you Negroes act out of anger when it comes down to this political party that's screwing you? Why don't you shines act out of anger when it comes down to the policies that created Baltimore and other ghettos around this nation? It's your Democratic Party, Negro. It's the party that you support, the party that you love, that you back 98% in every fucking election. And then you got these pro-black, back to Africa, red, black, and green buffoons. I hate white men, not white women. Negroes who will sit back and justify these shines burning a senior citizen complex, where they should be sitting back enjoying their waning years. They didn't live their life. They want to sit back and enjoy what time they have left. And then here come you, a shine, wreaking havoc and mayhem, burning down a facility that's designed for their benefit. But you pro-blacks give that shit a pass. Y'all won't say nothing about that. That's not cooning to you Negroes. This is the reason why I say, you Negroes, y'all take that word, and this is the reason why it has no bite. It has no bite because you Negroes use it out of context. You don't call people who are truly coons, coons. Because what you see there in Baltimore, that's cooning. What you see, those shines doing there, looting, robbing liquor stores, GameStops, CVS pharmacies, that's cooning. But you shines will never call it that. Because it don't fit the narrative. It don't fit that narrative of the white man behind the tree. And you Negroes hate it. I know y'all do. Because I know y'all. Y'all hate it. Boy, it just burns y'all's butt that you got a Negro mayor, Democrat. You got a Negro police chief, Democrat. You got a city council, all Democrats. I know y'all hate that. Y'all hate it, man. Y'all hate the fact that y'all cannot find a white person to lay this on. So y'all just gonna talk in general terms about the structure of white supremacy. But you notice they won't call that mayor a shine. Will not call her a coon. Will not call her a black buffoon. No one would declare war on her. No one would declare war on that police chief. No one would declare war on any of this buffoonery. They give it all a pass and pretend like it don't exist. I'm telling you, Negro, and I'm gonna deal with this more in the next couple of days. I got some more videos. I got more to say. I got a lot more to say. As a matter of fact, me and the Honorable Crazy 100 is going to do a collaboration on this. Because I got a lot more to say on these shines. Because I'm not done yet. I tried to warn y'all. I'm not one to say I told you so, but goddamn it, Negro, I tried to tell you. I tried to warn y'all in all of my videos that what you see in Baltimore has come into fruition and has fulfilled what I've tried to tell you in these masterpieces that I've been putting on YouTube. At the end of the day,